think people are looking for what's real today, what's real, and it's hard to find sometimes. And that's, I guess, why I'm making this recording now, because it is so hard to find and it is so needed in our world today that I want to be a part of sharing the answer to what we got need going on. Yeah, be a part of that answer. I'm just sitting here today drinking some cold coffee that I had a little sugar to and milk, whole milk, and I'm drinking that now. It's pretty refreshing and, gives me a little boost to stay awake and or get awake really. I've slept more today than I normally do. A lot of times don't sleep a real long time, up different hours of the day and night, and that suits my, I guess who I am and so forth and so on. So I'm content with it. I just sometimes have to get a little more extra sleep to catch up on what I'm normally missing, but I'm happy with it. And yeah, I just, well, I stay busy, I try to get things done, trying to set my priorities, try to keep my apartment organized and constantly reorganizing it to make most efficient use of the space that I have, which is not a whole lot in one sense, but in another sense could be considered a great deal of space, depending on what you're used to, accustomed to, that is. Now, here in the United States, it may not be considered a great deal of space, the studio apartment, but to me, it's quite a bit of space. To someone over maybe in, I don't know, I think some Asian countries, maybe like China or Singapore or Taiwan, perhaps, maybe would be considered a great deal of space. I mean, it would be. It would be considered by many a great deal of space. Those that are used to living in small spaces, like only big enough for a bed to be cot type bed to be put into, and that sort of thing. Could be considered a lot of space, but I'm thankful for what I have, and I just try to keep it organized and use the space as efficiently as possible. So I enjoy doing many things. I try to put first and foremost every day in all my ways. I try to, acknowledge God and put Him first in everything. Yeah, put him first in all things. That's what the goal is. And just try to grow in the knowledge of him and his great love that he has, not only for me, but for all of us that know him and those that don't know him. His love is great. And yeah, so that's kind of where I am at this stage of life. And yeah, I'm involved in music. I write songs and try to record as many of them as I can that I think, I should be recording and put them on various platforms. I started that on YouTube in 2021, about 5 years ago. And yeah, I do that. I like the arts, dabble in painting, acrylic painting usually, and I have done watercolor in the past, but and just things of that nature. I like writing quite a bit, although a lot of times I don't make time for it as I should. But I'm trying to not only organize my apartment, but to organize my life and time, into meaningful sessions of whatever I'm trying to do. Yeah. Well, you probably know how it is in your own life. The organization of time and effort and all. So, yeah. Well, I don't want to prolong this. I'm going to cut it off at this point, but just, I guess if I could summarize what I'm trying to say in this recording is, um, our time is important, our life is important, not only to us, but to God. And his great love for us is always there for us. And if we will avail ourselves of his help, we'll be able to, get to know him, which is, I think, in my book, the most important thing of my time here. And after that, the things that we produce in serving him, the things we get done are very important, in terms of loving others and trying to be as helpful as we can to those that God places in our paths each day. Mm, that one, they might come to know him and they might be able to enter into the rejoicing that he has for us each day and be helped through their struggles, as we all need that help in our lives. And if we will help one another, I think that would be pleasing to the Lord God. And uh, yeah, things. will just be better in that way. So I'm gonna cut it off here, and till next time, yeah.